Welcome to DS Trucks. In this video, I want to talk about how to make money with just a pickup truck, and I want to show you guys my arsenal of hand tools. And check it out, guys. I run Milwaukee hand tools. So the reason I like Milwaukee is because of their batteries. And these are the 9 amp hour batteries that you see right here. And they're not really, these particular batteries are not really the best ones that you can get from Milwaukee. They actually have better ones. The ones that actually have the gray on them, the gray stripe, high output marked on them are better. You get a little more power per each tool. But these 9 amp ones are generally what the tools come with. The older style batteries, they're not as expensive, they're not as good, but in the 9 amp form, they get the job done. I have 12 amp hour batteries that are high output, and I just so happen to have quite a few 9 amps because I usually get the tools with batteries as a package deal. So watch out for that. If you're looking for these Milwaukee tools and package deals, kind of look out for the batteries if they have the gray high output and they're the updated batteries, or if they're getting rid of these old batteries. I just actually picked up a new Impact, and it came with a new battery, and that's the battery that the Impact came with. Here's a shot of the Impact that I just picked up from Milwaukee. I like to get the carrying case, but I didn't know what kind of battery they had, and they did not give me a high output battery or a rapid charger. So watch out for that. Try to get tools from Milwaukee with their rapid chargers and their gray high output batteries. But the reason that these are the best tools, in my opinion, is those high output batteries. I have some of the Milwaukee 12 amp hour ones, and what I really like to use out in the field, which is not here today, it's in my truck, but the Milwaukee Super Sawzalls are some of the best in my opinion, just because of the combination of the very large motor that you get with their Sawzalls and the 12 amp hour batteries. They're just about right for working in the heat. In constant use, the batteries just don't overheat on the hottest days. They haven't overheated for me, and they've been used to remove bushes. It's been pretty brutal. I've been hard on the tools and they still work. So, without that 12 amp hour battery, I don't know if any other companies right now have a 12 amp hour battery, but without that 12 amp hour battery, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing without plugging into a wall somewhere, which is not ideal. So here's a look at some of the other stuff. One of the huge items that I have that's a huge benefit is this articulating hedge trimmer. Now, this articulating hedge trimmer is not better than the gas-powered Red Max that I use. I feel like Red Max has the best blades, but it doesn't cut quite as good. So in situations where detail is the utmost importance, I'll still use the Red Max, which is actually hanging up right here. The Red Max is hanging up right here on the beam. That thing cuts with authority. It's the best cutting tool that I have. But the Milwaukee did cut. It's getting to the point where it probably needs to be sharpened. But it did seem like it was cutting really good. Now it probably needs to be sharpened. But at the end of the day, when I'm doing something really precise, I'm going to go for the Red Max still. But the ergonomics on the Milwaukee are better than they are on the Red Max because of this adjustment, one-handed adjustment, pulling back this collar. Pulling back on this collar right here. I don't know if I'm showing that. One-handed adjustment, pulling back on that and being able to just not have to loosen anything. Like the Red Max, you've got to loosen a screw, and then the screw comes loose while you're working, and you have the gas engine. Red Max is a little bit lighter, but this thing, you put a battery on it, the batteries never die. Then you can put your chainsaw. I've got the chainsaw right there. That is extremely handy. And I've got the extension pole right here. So you only imagine the hedge trimming that you can do just from the ground. Now, when you need to clear a big hedge row, that's just a ton of reaching. This is the machine. I think the ergonomics are perfect. Cuts good enough, cuts pretty decent, and you could just reach so far up. I mean, hundreds and hundreds of dollars you can make with just a pickup truck and a hedge trimmer that can just reach as far as this one can reach. And it cuts good. It cuts with authority. It cuts thicker branches. It'll cut out even like cut branches that don't necessarily fit within the openings here by just kind of sawing at branches and cutting through them. So it does cut, and it is a good. I mean, with that and the chainsaw, I've done big jobs, big clearing jobs, and it just takes care of business. So that's cool to have. That's a big item. This hedge trimmer here, Milwaukee, they've kind of made these trimmers that when you see the advertisement for their hedge trimmers, they show them cutting through like little pegs or thicker wood. But one thing I noticed about this hedge trimmer is it does cut thick branches. If it fits in here, if it fits in there, it's going to cut it, no problem. But it doesn't really trim that good. It doesn't trim that fine. So for like really nice trimming, like really ornamental trimming, this thing is going to take you so long because it doesn't have a good blade on it for detailed trimming. It'll cut through thick stuff, no problem, thick branches and everything, no problem, but it won't do very detailed trimming. So this is just for cutting up junk, cutting through junk brush or whatever. That's not for trimming really nice things or really nice bushes, because it just doesn't cut quickly enough or good enough. You know, for that, I'm going to use the real professional Red Max or steel handheld trimmers that have really, they really have serious blades on them, guys. They really have serious blades. So that's what I'm going to use for that, for really detailed precision work. But for cutting through junk, I'm not going to ruin my nice blades. I'm going to use the Milwaukee. So that's what it's good for. And like they advertise when they show what it can do, it cuts through thick branches, no problems. So that's where that comes in handy. The chainsaw is very expensive, a chainsaw, and it does work good. But for the money, you could probably pick up a nice steel chainsaw. So if you're really using something like, if you're really using a chainsaw a lot, steel or even Red Max gas powered, is still going to be better and lighter and everything. These are heavy. We put a 12 amp hour battery in it. It's really heavy. It's hard on the batteries, but it's still decent with the 12 amp hour battery. But if you're really thinking or looking for something really high end professional, I don't know if that is this machine. I think it's a good machine for me, for someone who rarely uses it. But even still, only because I'm in the battery ecosystem and, you know, I already have the batteries, so it's going to be good for that reason. It's not really going to be something if I'm cutting wood all the time. This thing can sit all year or 6 months or 2 months or whatever and not get used. I'm actually in the process of just putting this new chain on its first new chain, but it's just because I had extra money and I picked it up and didn't, you know, I wanted to have it when I needed it. And it's being battery powered, being that I don't use a chainsaw that often, it's nice to have, because if I had a gas powered one, it would sit there with fuel in it and be an issue. Maybe, I don't know. I run good 2-stroke mix, so it probably wouldn't be an issue, but just good to have. Good power. It's not a huge chainsaw. It's not a huge bar, and it's pretty safe. It has a good chain brake on it, which is nice, but it's like, you know, I'm not really running a whole bunch of chainsaws anyway, so. But yeah, these are huge. The leaf blowers are good to have. You know, they're not that powerful, so it's nice to have 2 of them. You know, you could put one in each hand and you can kind of have good power once both are going. You know, that's not bad. It's probably just a hair under a backpack blower with 2 of them going. But yeah, overall, guys, this is a huge setup for me. The Milwaukee. I also have the grease gun, which is nice. Just something to make things easy. It's the biggest one. Don't need the biggest one. I could get away with the smaller one, but just to make things easy, just to make maintenance kind of more fun, because maintenance kind of is not fun. To have something like that to just kind of, you know, it's just the best that you can get. So now, Are the Milwaukee's the best? I don't know. I think DeWalt gives them a pretty good run for the money. When you use the DeWalt hand tools like their drills and their saws, they've really looked at ergonomics a lot. I think they've looked at ergonomics more than Milwaukee, and whereas Milwaukee's kind of looked at power output a little bit more. But it's all personal preference. I've decided to go Milwaukee, and it's been working out pretty good so far. But I wish the super saws were here so I could show you those too, but they're just not here. But this guy I just picked up, and I'm totally impressed by the output. I'm used to running an air-powered. The air-powered gun, and I've already scratched it. I've been beating it up. I've already scratched it up. I should get the rubber cover that goes on it, but I'm going to use it, so I'm not too concerned. But I've been running this Husky air gun, and it's an 800 foot-pound torque gun, and it's been good enough. This gun's probably not going to take off the blades after I've put them on with the Milwaukee. It's probably not going to take them off. So, yeah, there's that. And it's obsolete now, pretty much. I still need to get an battery-powered ratchet, but that's going to be down the road. But so far, so good. Watch out when you get in this stuff. I like to try to get the package deals because I like to try to get a carrying case. This is going to be all over the place without a carrying case, so having that is a big deal for me. If I can get this in there with one hand. Having a carrying case is a big deal for me. But yeah, Milwaukee, and it makes good money with just a truck. You know, all you need is a truck. Longer the bed, the better. If you can get an 8-foot bed. And I like to run Milwaukee tools. They're expensive, but they're worth it. They last. Haven't had any real issues with them. But comment below and tell me what you guys think about this setup. And check out the other videos that I've done on how to make money with basic tools and just a truck. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching DS Trucks, where we run nothing but the best. That's it for today's video. Over and out. And have a great day. Bye.